I want to bring then Jonathan Turley and Andy McCarthy back to our discussion here. Dana, you and I were thinking about this. If you guys are right, by the way, that the FBI went back in mid-November to that place on Capitol Hill, the Penn Biden Center. And Andy, I think you said that they wanted to keep it quiet and expected to keep it quiet until CBS broke the story. And if the FBI is going back to the Penn Biden Center mid-November, people in Washington talk. It's a small town. And in all likelihood, I mean, therein lies the possibility of a potential source if they were going back to this location twice in a couple of weeks.
Well, I'd say a couple of things about that, Bill. You know, first, they're very sort of vague about what the timing of that search was, but they say mid-November. I think that matches up with the assignment by Attorney General Garland to John Lausch, the U.S. Attorney in Chicago, to do the assessment of whether there should be a special counsel or not. That happened on November 14th, so that's around mid-November. And then the other thing is that, you know, the November 20th discovery of the garage papers, that didn't leak. Even when CBS did their report on January 9th, they didn't have that piece of the puzzle. So a lot of this has been successfully done under the radar.
So now we have multiple locations, right? A minimum of 2, could be 3, could be 4, could go beyond that. Professor, in the statute, is there anything that addresses degree of neglect?
Well, the standard is gross mishandling, which has been satisfied many times over just by what we know. You don't have to really go thumbing through the code to realize that storing classified material next to your Corvette would be viewed as gross mishandling. Obviously, the prosecutors look at the sensitivity of material, the existence of evidence of intent or knowledge. But keep in mind, these have been out there for as many as 14 or more years. And so even if you didn't know that they were packed or shipped to your location, any knowledge during that period is going to show intent to retain those documents. And so this is still a very serious question. And I think that the Department of Justice is going to be in a tough position now because of how it's handled this. The White House is in a free fall. I mean, they've adopted a position of not answering questions that is neither legally nor practically sustainable. I think the most dangerous spot in Washington today is any point between Ron Klain and the door. I mean, I think that this exit is going to set a new record in terms of track. But the problem is that the White House is going to have to get a handle on this.
Yep.
I mean,
But it also, Jonathan, it gives them a chance to reset if they want, right? So a new chief of staff coming in has the ability to say, I'm going to change a couple things around here. And one of the things would be, in my opinion, you got to bring your communications people up to speed early on. They made a huge miscalculation by keeping them in the dark. They didn't have a chance to weigh in. Maybe the decisions would have remained the same. But I have a feeling then you wouldn't have a press secretary who is out there twisting in the wind and a press office who's sitting there looking around going, we can't get traction on any of the things we want to talk about because this stuff keeps happening. And now we're also talking about the University of Delaware. It might not end for quite a while for them, but they have an opportunity with the new chief of staff to at least reset the narrative.
I think that's right. I mean, what's been lacking so far is any evidence of control. This is all the control of a falling locomotive. I mean, they just are watching this happen like they're pedestrians. And you obviously cannot do that. Yeah. But it's also made the situation worse. As Andy has discussed, and I've discussed in the past, they have converted most of their legal team into fact witnesses. And that level of compromise makes things even more difficult because those people should be at some point walled off from further work on these issues.
Fascinating. Okay. All right, Jonathan Turley and Andy McCarthy, we love breaking news, and we love bringing it to you. Thank you for joining us for all of that.
Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Thank you.